Welcome back, beer tubers. Ryan here, back to another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. We're looking at one of Lagunitas' seasonal beers. I believe this is their winter seasonal Cappuccino Stout. If not, it's just one of their yearly limited releases. It's a 9.2% Imperial Coffee Stout. Let's get it open. Just picked it up. This beer has a great price. It's like $5 a bomber, which is a great deal. So I figured I'd finally pick it up for review. It doesn't pour out of the bottle too dark, but yeah, actually in the glass it's not completely opaque either. I'm getting some mahogany notes on there. It looks like there's a good amount of carbonation on there. It says it's brewed with hardcore coffee. So let's get the aroma. Definitely getting a lot of coffee right away. And a lot of chocolate actually. Some just roasted grain character in there. Definitely some sweetness coming through, some sweet caramel notes, some sweet bready notes. From the coffee, maybe getting a little bit of like a nuttiness and earthiness to it as well. Let's give it a try. Cheers. That's nice stuff. Wow, it's really smooth for 9.2%. It's got some pretty good mouthfeel too. It's up front and hit with some bitterness. I don't know if that's the hops in there. They say it's 29.5 IBUs, but maybe the coffee's playing into that. But I get some bitterness up front, some kind of earthy, almost slightly piney bitterness. Then that transitions into sweetness. Get big sweet bread, sweet caramel notes, almost like a biscuity character. And then the back end, I get that coffee comes up and some of those darker malts come forward. So there's certainly a more bitter coffee character to the beer. The chocolate notes tend to be more like semi-sweet. And yeah, it's definitely got some earthiness. There's a little bit of like a burnt tinge to it. Possibly coming from some roasted barley or black malt or something else in there. Could be the coffee as well. You get that, and it's very drying on the back end. 9.2%. Can't smell it, can't taste it. Kind of helps dry out the beer though. It's definitely more of a bitter style beer between what I'm guessing some hop character up front and then the coffee character in the back end. There is some sweetness in there, but I would say it leans a little more towards the bitter side as far as balance goes. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more sweet notes, like a sweet chocolate character, and maybe a bit more caramel malt and maybe some dark fruits kind of coming forward, a bit more sweetness in there to kind of help balance it out. So it's certainly coffee forward, not the most complex beer. I wouldn't mind them actually bumping up the coffee character even more, just to make it almost drinking like just a straight up cappuccino with some beer characteristics. But overall, the coffee character does dominate, but I think it could go a little bit more. If not, then go more complex on the malts and the rest of the beer character. So I don't know. It's kind of depends on how you prefer your coffee stouts. But this one's pretty well made. It's definitely above average. I'm going to give it a B. You can't beat the price point on it too. So recommend checking out Lagunitas Cappuccino Stout. It's going to wrap it up. Until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.